Now, last week we reviewed Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, a Goodreads Choice winner for 2022, the best fiction work, I believe. Well, today I'd like to review another Goodreads Choice winner, and that is Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I hope I pronounced that right. And this is a book that is a thriller, but also has elements of horror, and certainly has a big twist at the end. So let's dive in. First published in the year 2022, for those who may be watching in the distant future, Hidden Pictures tells the tale of a recovering drug addict and track runner, Mallory Quinn, who after a long period of abstinence applies for a babysitting job in a beautiful suburb known as Springbrook, New Jersey. To her surprise, Mallory is successful in her application and moves into a small cottage the family have provided at the back of their property. On the surface, this new job has everything Mallory wants, and the family, the mother being Carolyn Maxwell and the father Ted Maxwell, who are looking after her, they're very incredibly helpful and supportive of her. Mallory looks after a young child called Teddy, who loves to draw pictures. Each of these pictures is displayed within the book. At first they appear rather innocent, but as time progresses, these pictures become more and more sinister, as if Teddy is trying to communicate a message to the outside world. Mallory is quick to notice the strange pictures Teddy is drawing and later learns of a missing person case from many decades previous, in which someone from her cottage was said to have been kidnapped and murdered. Mallory comes to the conclusion that this missing person is using Teddy to communicate a message to her and the family. However, the Maxwells are devout atheists and will hear nothing about anything related to the supernatural. During his stay in Springbrook, Mallory becomes close with the family landscaper, a young man called Adrian. She also begins talking to an eccentric woman who lives next door called Mitzi, who becomes convinced that paranormal activity is happening around the house. She's the one who first tells Mallory about the tragic tale of a young girl called Annie Barrett, who Mitzi believes was murdered in the cottage and buried behind the woods many, many years ago. As you turn the pages, you'll often be confronted by a rather creepy or off-putting image. These images or drawings are made by Teddy, the young boy Mallory's looking after, and although they start simple, they certainly give you the chills. As the book progresses, these drawings become more increasingly complex and tell a mystery all of their own. They are a nice addition to the book and complement it very well. Each image you see is sometimes subtle in the way it gives you shivers, but they're very effective. Although this book only has a handful of characters to mention, they are unique enough to be memorable. Mitzi is a classic creepy neighbour who knows too much, and Adrian serves his purpose as a love interest, although this could certainly have been developed further. The parents of the child, Teddy, have their own issues, and it's clear their marriage is not as stable as it could be. The central character is very convincing, although it would have been nicer to have seen her more early struggles in her darker days. The opening section of this book has Mallory completing a scientific study to test whether people can sense others looking at them, even if the person who's experiencing those looks can't see them. This opening plays well for the setup in later chapters and convinces you that something sinister is afoot. This is a horror/thriller work, but if you're looking for something that may scare your socks off, this certainly isn't going to do that, at least not for me. However, that didn't at all detract from my enjoyment. Thinking a bit more on it, this is definitely more of a thriller book. It keeps you on edge. The ending is a twist I did not see coming and kept me turning the pages right until I'd finished. When this book gets going, it is incredibly difficult to put down. Yes, this book sets up a rather cliched premise. A ghost is using a child to communicate. We've all seen that before. However, it offers many surprises and a twist that is one of the best I've seen, or rather didn't see, in a long time. Although if you read this book after this review, I'm sure you'll be looking out for it. The writing style, it's easygoing yet effective. In essence, this is a page-turner. It doesn't overbear you with detail, although you may not be cowering when turning the pages. I'm certain you'll be engaged right until the end. To some, it may be lacking that extra detail that makes the book outstanding, but no doubt this is a highly enjoyable work and an engaging book, and I doubt you will regret picking it up. My friends, thank you very much for watching this book review. Next book is The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. Please come here soon for that book review, and I hope you're keeping well out there. I'm Dan White. You're whoever you are. Bye-bye.